Now you may be seeing this mannequin head and saying, gee, I've seen that hairstyle on the Salon Guy's channel dozens and dozens of times. Well, to my surprise, this is Miguel from the latest season of Cobra Kai, which seems to just never end, and I'm a huge fan. I'm gonna start watching it today. It just came out not that long ago, and I've been getting a lot of requests for the cast members, specifically Miguel's hair. So I said, wait a minute, I recognize this haircut. I actually happen to have a mannequin that I've done that is basically the exact haircut that Miguel has in this season. So first thing you have to understand if you're looking for this type of haircut is the texture of your hair. Now, believe it or not, this mannequin has straight hair. I was able to create the texture and the curl and the kind of movement simply by the styling technique and also using my #1 seller, Tidal Wave, which I'll get into in a little bit. Also, something very, very important is using this, a diffuser, which comes with my blow dryer, and the dryer comes with this nozzle, which is very, very important, but they're magnetic attachments. So there it is, and the styling technique is just as crucial as using Tidal Wave. So let's talk about the haircut itself, because I know a lot of you would want to know how to do this. So first things first, I would suggest going to a hairstylist or something like this, okay? Because we are all used to layering hair, creating shapes, you know, trying to enhance curl and movement and texture. If you have a barber who can do this, that's great, but my automatic go-to would be go to a stylist, because this is more in the stylist realm of cutting. So the first thing is understanding how long it should be. So as we can see down through here, there is a little bit of length, right in through the kind of bottom of the neck, or a little bit past the neckline down through here. So if your hair neckline is here, you know, we're talking about a good 1.5 to 2 inches below that. So have some length down through here, okay? Then the next thing is creating this shape going from here all the way down on an angle, all right? So this is all kind of angled downwards going into this. So we have to kind of work this angle up going this way and on both sides out that way. And then this all comes down. So with hair cutting, you have to think of it like it's all very based off of shape, and the geometry is all working in sync with each other. So as you can see in through here, it's all working down like this. So if you can create that shape and keep that balance going, you're gonna have a little bit of an easier time when you're creating your, what I call the outer layer or the foundation of the haircut, the base of the haircut, which is all this, the perimeter. So what you want to do is, I would say this is right below the ear, right, or right, I would say, yeah, right touching the bottom of the earlobe, maybe you can go a little bit higher, and then this all kind of works down in through here. Same thing with the very, very front. Now keep in mind, because this is more a little bit on the curlier side, it's going to shrink up, all right? But I would say this front comes down to about right here, as you can see, right to the bridge of the nose. And watch what happens. This thing just springs right back up. So anytime you're trying to create waves or texture in your hair, just know that it's going to shrink up. So leave it at least probably an inch or so longer than what you want it to be. So once again, it's about here, and this all works down, coming across and down on an angle on both sides. So the key to this now, in order to get this texture and to make it look like it's curly or even wavy, is you have to have layers. This whole haircut is layered. And I would say it's probably a good 3.5 to 4 inches long in length, all throughout back here. And then it works its way up to where the top is slightly longer, not much, but slightly longer, just to have a little more kind of layering and weight throughout the top. But it's not like it's, you know, 3 or 4 inches and then like it's 3 or 4 inches longer, like 7 or 8. It's literally, I would say maybe 4 inches here, and then it works down to about 3 to 3.5 inches throughout here. So slightly shorter down throughout the back here, and then it works its way into the top. So all of this, when it comes to the layering and the whole process of this, the entire thing is layered It's completely balanced, right? Everything is pulled straight out, or what you may have heard the term 90 degrees, but basically it's pulling it, out from where the hair grows. Now, many people think that the hair grows straight up. No, the hair grows straight out. So this is 90 degrees. Even though you may think it's on an angle, the hair is basically growing out from the head, not just straight up. In the front, it tends to even grow out this way, believe it or not. The hair doesn't go up this way. So everything has to be pulled out from how the hair grows. That's, in my opinion, the best way for the haircut to lay properly and for it to grow out nicely. If you cut hair in the direction where it doesn't grow out naturally, you're gonna have some challenges. It may not lay as good. That's why my haircuts have grown out very, very well, because I follow that method of cutting it how it grows out from the head, not just straight up this way, okay? So all of this, as I would say, is more of a rounded shape, right? We're following the structure of the head, and once the haircut is complete, this is really crucial on how to get the styling. So when the hair is damp, if you're here, get out of the shower, I do not suggest taking a towel and just roughing up your hair. It's gonna become a frizz ball, a nightmare. Just lightly blot it dry. You can even use a t-shirt, right? A t-shirt, cotton, just kind of blot it. And then we're gonna start with the styling process. So I would suggest, and I always use this and suggest this, my 25 spray as a base pre-styler. Now, I know some of you have mentioned that it shoots out like a laser stream when it's pressed. Now, I don't believe that, because when we first made this, the last product was doing that, the last sprayer. So I said, I don't want this to shoot out like a laser stream. It will shoot out like a laser stream if you barely press down the sprayer, the nozzle. You have to push, so, like this. So instead of going like that, see, it is kind of like a stream. Push down on it, like that. Push down. And it's gonna spread out a lot more evenly. So make sure you have a firm press, because it's a thicker product. That's why it needs that tension when you're pressing down. So give it a good firm press. Next, my favorite is Tidal Wave. You have, in my opinion, in order to get the closest thing to having wavy or even somewhat curly hair, if your hair is pin straight, if your hair is even naturally curly, still use this because it's going to help hold it in place. What you need to do while the hair is damp is spray in, I would say, 5 spritzes of Tidal Wave. You don't need a lot. Let the product settle onto the hair. Let it settle onto the hair, and then it's going to be in place. Then, we're not done yet. What you need to do is scrunch, okay? You need to scrunch like this, and by scrunching, I mean take the hair and squeeze. Take the hair and squeeze. And what you're doing is you're creating lift and texture in the hair, but you're really just creating lift, all right? And you're kind of like binding the hair together so it looks like it's a bit more on top of each other, hence where it looks like it's almost curly, all right? Then what you do is you use the diffuser, okay? I'm just gonna turn this on, like so. This is on the low speed setting, and all you need to do is literally just use the diffuser and let the diffuser do all the work. It's gonna dry it in a way where it's diffusing the heat and it's not blowing the air so much, which is better for shaping the hair. You can maybe go in a little bit and lift like this, but the key to this whole thing is really just letting the dryer do all the work. Do not run your hands through it. Do not shake it up all over the place. It's gonna become a frizz ball. Just let the dryer and the product do all the work. Again, you can do this if you're gonna scrunch, because anytime you scrunch, you're creating texture, all right? So maybe scrunch, let go, and then let it set. But you can see already what's happening is that we're getting a lot more like shape and lift throughout the entire thing. And that's it. I'm not doing any sort of crazy theatrics. I'm not hanging from the ceiling trying to blow dry this, or using 19 different products and oils. It's pretty straightforward. You need the right haircut. You need the right styling tools, the right styling products. I know a lot of, I still get the ridiculous comments of, oh, I'm listening to a bald guy. I'm not just a bald guy. I've been a hairstylist for close to 28 years now. I mean, you can judge all you want. Yeah, I have no hair, but, you know, I've been doing hair for longer than probably you've been alive. So I've worked on hundreds and thousands upon thousands of clients. And, you know, there's a lot of people who have never spent 1 hour in the salon industry or beauty industry who have hair product lines, who are giving hair advice to people, and they never worked on anyone else's hair except themselves. I've worked on thousands of people, never worked on anyone else in their life. So, I mean, yeah, I'm bald, but who cares? So anyway, back to the topic at hand. I would say that it really comes down to the right products, the right haircut, and understanding how you can mold and shape your hair, okay? If you are interested, and this is very, very crucial, I'm hooking you all up. If you are interested in purchasing any of the products, go to shop.thesalonguy.com and use code YouTube20. That's YouTube20, and you get 20% off and free shipping on orders over a value, I believe it's $60 or something, $65. So pick up the 25 spray, pick up the Tidal Wave, pick up the blow dryer, which comes with the magnetic attachments. This is an ionic dryer. It's got the ionic technology. Also, it folds in half like this for travel, which I think is amazing. These keep selling like crazy. I had to order, actually I have a huge update coming up soon. I've changed the packaging. We've upgraded the boxes and made some cosmetic adjustments, nothing crazy, but I think I really made some cool things happen to the box, which is all I'm really proud of. We have to keep making these things. These are all made by hand. Like the factory has sent me videos of the technician literally piece by piece by piece. I don't know how they do it, but you know, hundreds upon hundreds of these things are being sold. So YouTube 20, you get 20% off. Don't blame the products, right? Don't blame everything else for not working properly. I explained to you, it comes down to the haircut, how you style it, the techniques, and all that stuff. You can have the most amazing haircut, but if you don't know how to style your hair and do it by practice, you're not going to get those results. So let me know if you found this video helpful. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you soon.